Now, one of my predictions for 2024 is that word of the year will be prompting. And if you're not quite sure what I'm talking about, keep watching, because in this video, I would like to introduce you to the wonderful and sometimes terrifying world of prompting. This is LessonStream. It's a YouTube channel for teachers, and my name's Jamie Keddy. Now, I want you to imagine a penguin made of sausages. And what does it look like? What's the mental image that you've created in your mind? What kind of penguin is it, and where is it? What's it doing? And what kind of sausages are they? Are they all the same kind of sausage, or are they lots of different kinds of sausages all kind of squashed together? And how many sausages does this penguin consist of? There's a lot of questions like this, important questions to consider. Now, imagine that I could actually open up your head and get inside your brain and see the image that you've created. It's a horrific thought, and I apologize for it. But this is essentially what we're dealing with an artificial intelligence image generator like DALL-E, which is a text-to-image generator. Because what you do is you feed it with random words, phrases, or short text, and it then gives you back images like this, for example. A penguin made of sausages. I wonder if this is similar to the one that you imagined. We could reverse it and ask for a sausage made of penguins. What would that look like? Or we could ask for a planet made of beer. This is great, isn't it? It's like Saturn, but the ring is made of a giant pretzel, and there's also these mini pretzels dipping into the beery ocean. Or a beer made of planets. What would that look like? Well, here's one possibility according to DALL-E. Or a cathedral made of potatoes. What would that look like? I really love this. It's like a tourist attraction. Of course it would be, and there's so many people. Look at the crowds. Or if we ask for a potato made of cathedrals, and look, it's placed it right in the middle of a desert. I didn't ask for that. It's so random. This is the eerie world of AI image generators. All of these were created by DALL-E, which is easy and free to use. All you need is a Microsoft or an Outlook account, and you can access it through Bing. Now, when working with AI, when working with a language model like DALL-E or ChatGPT, the input that we give it, the instructions, or in this case, the words, phrases, or short texts, are referred to as prompts. And what I've been doing is keeping my prompts very ambiguous, quite experimental. But there's times when we can be looking for something specific. For example, we have an idea for the kind of image that we want the machine to give us back. And in that case, we have to try and design our prompts accordingly. So let me show you a few examples here. So this first image is one that I created, which is part of a series. It's an activity called a homonyms puzzle. And homonyms are words that look the same, sound the same, but have different meanings. And for each image, there is a homonyms pair that students have to identify. And in this case, it's cell, because a cell is the smallest living thing, but it's also your bedroom in prison. And to get this image, the specific prompt that I typed into DALL-E was a prisoner in a prison cell. It's like the inside of an animal cell. You can see the nucleus, mitochondria, etc. And apparently that was enough to get the image, kind of image that I was looking for, although it took me a series of attempts to get that. Here's another one, also a homonyms image. Can you work it out? In this case, it's the sound that a dog makes. It's also a tree's rough skin, and the answer is, of course, bark. And for this image, the prompt I typed into DALL-E was a barking dog morphed into the bark of a tree. And this one took me quite a lot of attempts. This is what prompting is all about. Let me show you a couple more. These are from a different activity. This is from a series of visual wordplay images. So students have got to work out what they see, and the answer in this one is a butterfly. And this is a heart attack. Now, sometimes the prompting can be quite simple, quite straightforward. You type in an instruction and you get back an image that was more or less what you were hoping for. But usually not. It usually requires a process of trial and error, multiple attempts, and sometimes it can actually be quite frustrating. And I'm going to show you an example of this. I'm going to take you through the process that I used to generate an image for the wordplay series. Remember, I just showed you that butterfly and that heart attack. There was this idea I had for another image for that same series that was for a fire drill. Now, a fire drill, of course, it's a practice for an emergency procedure. You hear the alarm, you stand up, you leave your desk, you go outside. You know it's not a real fire. You know what I'm talking about. That's a fire drill. But a drill can also be one of these. A power drill. So I thought, what about if we have an image of a power drill like this with flames coming out of it? That would be a visual wordplay. That would be a fire drill. You see, you understand. You get it, don't you? You get it. Anyway, what I'm going to show you is the process, how I got the image I wanted in 7 prompts. It's weird. I expected this to be quite simple. I expected it to be an easy image to get. My first prompt, a power drill on fire. I tried it a number of times, but this is the sort of image that I kept getting back. And in my mind, there's too many sparks and not enough fire. And so for my second attempt, I went for a power drill in flames. Little difference there. But still, again, it wasn't quite what I was looking for. Too much smoke here. In my mind, these just don't communicate a fire drill. A smoke drill, perhaps. A spark drill, maybe, but a fire drill, no. So for my third attempt, and I'm not quite sure why I did this, I think that I thought that if it was a giant power drill, it'd be easier to set it on fire. I'm not sure, but I typed in a giant power drill in flames, and this is the kind of thing that I got. But this is more of a laser beam, isn't it? But it looks like a scene from a science fiction film. It's quite incredible. And look at all these people standing around this disc, kind of observing the process. Isn't that a bit dangerous? But I tried this same prompt a few times, and look at this one I got here. Wow! I mean, this seems to be DALL-E misunderstanding my use of the adjective giant. I asked for a giant power drill, giant being adjective, but it's given me a terrifying noun, a giant from hell, I think, who's taken up DIY, it looks like. Who's to say? So, prompt number 4, and again, I'm not quite sure why I did this. This was kind of experimental. I thought that maybe if I asked for a different type of drill, it might give me what I'm looking for. So I asked for a dentist's drill on fire. And look at this. I mean, WTF, DALL-E. I mean, this is the stuff of nightmares. I mean, someone get DALL-E a goddamn therapist. What's going on here? I don't know. But when I launch my new album later this year, I'm going to use this as the cover. Hope you'll buy it. Anyway, I decided that maybe it was time to kind of change direction. Until now, I'd been looking for a power drill with flames coming out of it. That apparently was not happening for some reason. Don't know why. But I thought, what about if we change things around and I put a power drill inside the flames? So my 5th prompt was a cozy fireplace. There is a power drill in the fire. And I thought that was simple enough, but apparently not, because DALL-E decided that, well, no matter how many times I used that prompt, DALL-E just would not put the drill in the actual fire. Bad DALL-E. And also, there was just too much of a whole Christmas vibe going on. So for prompt number 6, little change to the wording. Prompt number 6 was a cozy fireplace. Inside the flames of the hearth is a power drill. So let's see what DALL-E gave us. And you know what? At this stage, I was starting to think that DALL-E was just not really giving me its full attention. I mean, what other excuse is there for misreading the word hearth which is the floor of a fireplace, for a heart. So let's try again. Again, a little change to the wording. Prompt number 7 was a cozy fireplace. Inside the flames is the silhouette of a power drill. Poetic, don't you think? Let's see what we got. And bingo! This is definitely not the most interesting image that we've seen, but in my mind, it's the one that says fire drill more than any of the others. You know, it doesn't say spark drill, smoke drill, giant drill, terrifying drill, nightmare drill, Christmas drill, or heart drill. This is a fire drill, and this is the image that I chose for the lesson plan. So my guess is that prompting is a skill that we're going to hear more and more about. I've also seen a term quite a lot, which is prompt engineering. This is the design and crafting of instructions and input for language models such as Chat, GPT and DALL-E in this case. It's kind of a trial and error communicative process in which the human negotiates meaning with the machine, and it requires creativity in the human's part as well as an awareness of the messiness of communication and the ambiguity of instructions. Results will be surprising, they can be funny, they can be delightful, they can be sinister, and always novel. Is this art? Who's to say? Not me anyway. So if you're a teacher, there's a number of AI image resources in LessonStream, instructions to join below. It'd be lovely to have you in the community. And just before you go, if you could be so kind to give this video a cheeky little thumbs up, I certainly sure would appreciate it. Thank you very much and see you next time. Bye-bye.